August 21st, 2025. Team No Sleep. Lord, what's Montel Allen? Look at you, boy. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah. Blessed,
Chilling.
brother.
Huh?
Blessed
I
to
ain't
be
mad
6 feet above, man. You know.
all day, every day. All day, every
Absolutely.
day. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. We out here doing this thing. We both jet setting. We both out here in these streets taking care of family, taking care of business. So we're gonna be cognizant of that time as well, so folks understand what's going on. We're not gonna hold you long today, as the pastor would say. We're not gonna hold you long.
It's okay. It's all right. You know.
That's it. Shirley P says the gang is all here. They coming. They coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you. Listen, man. Let's get into some things. I only got a couple of stories, so maybe the audience will chip in on some things that they want to talk about because the most watched sport, football, is getting to the point next week or this weekend, right? Is that we done with preseason?
I think there's a college game this weekend. I think there's one or two this weekend, and then next week is where everything kicks off in 8 days.
Okay. So I mean, we've been waiting on that. I mean, you know how I like my other sports and my baseball is not something that you are entertained with. So we got to watch something else. We got to watch something else,
I
right?
mean,
Oh,
like I said, baseball cool. It's cool, but I mean,
I'm never gonna get you
watching it is
to a
not.
game.
I mean, going to a game is fun. Watching the game is not as fun. It's not as fun.
I'm
You know
not
what I
gonna
mean?
get to take you to a game and have you sit all 9 innings.
I would no. To be honest with you, man. Like, okay, I'll watch a game. I have
Yeah.
no problem watching the game if
Mhm.
I'm there. If I'm there, because when you're there, it's a little bit different, right? The fans, it's more of a family outing or a gathering outside. It's
Well, it
just when you watch
depends.
it on TV.
Yeah, it
Huh?
depends. We can leave it in that right now. It depends. It
Yeah.
depends if you're trying to be one of these TikTok stars and if you're trying to run out there on the field.
I
Lord
mean,
have
that'd have been
mercy.
entertaining, right? That'd got me up out of my seat for a quick second, right, to watch.
Man, come on, man. This don't make no sense. So this was this child, and I've seen it. I've been at stadiums where it's happened before, but this kid, Julia Hill, TikTok influencer, whatever the case may be, ran out there on the field doing the Angels and the Reds game. Filmed herself before she was doing it. Filmed herself. I'll show the video. I'll show it. Filmed herself after she was doing it, and then of course, got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
This fool out here, Lord have mercy, and then just gonna do it just for giggles.
I mean, no. They accomplished exactly what they wanted because people like us are talking about it and it's in the news. They wanted the likes,
So
and I think
to get a like and to get conversation, you will get a record. You will get arrested and
that's what
you will get thrown in jail just to have people talk about you right quick.
I'll quote Denzel Washington. All you have to do to be famous now is do something stupid, and someone catch it on film to be famous. So people are willing to do things stupid or do stupid things just to become popular and be liked. It's absolutely true. We see incidences like this all the time. People want to do these types of things. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I'm surprised it hasn't happened more, but it doesn't surprise me at all that a person would do that. And again, I think they accomplished their goal. They got people talking about them. They're now getting all kind of upticks on their TikTok or their
Yeah.
X or whatever. So to get that many followers and get that many views, the person accomplished their goal. Now the risk of accomplishing that goal, they got a record, but I mean, to each his own, man. They gotta weigh what their priorities are. That wouldn't be a priority of mine at all.
Can't we do better? MDH, we see in your bill. Appreciate you being here, friend. So Mel, she's here. I'm not gonna put her business out there in the street, but she's got a youngin, and they probably watch. I know Mel watches sports too. I mean, again, you see a 20-some-year-old who probably has a lot of followers that are probably teens, that are probably whatever the case may be. This is someone that we have our kids looking at. This is someone who's influential into our kids. What do we tell this next generation? Or Lord have mercy, we old. Well, you old. What do we tell 3 generations down that this really isn't the way to be? This isn't how
I think we tell them
we
like our
expect.
parents told us, right? You got to be able to decipher between entertainment and reality.
Okay.
And even though it's reality entertainment, it's entertainment. It's not reality. People don't just go out there and run on the baseball field during the game to go get likes. That's not what you want to be. That's not reality. They're doing that just to be entertaining and to gain likes. That's not how it's supposed to be. I think that you got to be able to sit down and talk to your kids and make them understand that and talk to them about it. I think it's just like when we were young. Remember, our
Yeah.
parents would say, "Hey, that's not real. That's not reality." Wrestling is a great example.
Yeah.
WWF or WWE, whatever you want to call it, is a great example.
Yeah.
Now, in reality, if you pick somebody up and pick them and put their head between your legs and do a pile driver, most likely you don't give them a concussion or definitely might break their neck.
Mm-hmm.
But we watched it on TV and we're like, oh, the guy get power drive and he'll get up and he'll tackle the guy and he'll end up winning the match. So you know what I'm saying? So you had to understand that that's just for entertainment purposes and it's not reality. I think we just need to explain it a different way with these TikTokers and these influencers to our kids to be like, hey, that's not how reality works because there's a consequence to those things. And the consequence can be a lot more severe than this person just getting arrested. It could be something or being banned from the stadium. In some of these instances, some people are even dying or some people getting hurt. So they need to understand that all that looks well isn't well, brother.
All that looks well that isn't well, and like Mel was saying, it's a constant battle, especially with youngsters, because again, that's a huge influence of social media and folks. I don't know if it's voyeurism or what it is, but folks kind of want to be seen and want to stand out and want to do all this other stuff, and so much of it can be hurtful, harmful,
Yeah,
illegal. Again, I don't think this person realizes that when she goes and try to get a real job, someone looks at
there's no,
LinkedIn, someone does a Google search of Julia Hill, they're gonna see that action. And that's gonna be a determinant of, do I bring you into this company and give you six figures, or do I file your resume in the pile and say no thank you?
I
The
mean,
consequences of doing stuff like this, I don't think people
I think
understand.
in the long term, I think for us, we think that way. I don't know if the kids nowadays think that way, and the people that are in those positions of hiring even think that way now. Like they like people that are popular. They like people that are involved in those things. They like those things. So I don't know. I think not only are we changing in the way we look at things are changing,
Hmm.
they look at things a different way. They may think that person's a martyr. Oh, what a risk taker to be able to
Mm.
do those types of things. We want people like that in our business. So I don't know if they're gonna look at the same way. I mean, if they ain't hurt nobody, they ain't kill nobody. I don't think it's gonna exclude them from doing anything. I just think they made a bad decision in order to get likes and become an influencer, be a popular influencer. Um, me personally, I just think we need to talk to our children and make them understand what's the risk for those things and what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's worth it. I don't even think it's funny. I don't even think it's worth watching. I think sometimes a lot of things they do are really stupid. But it is to get likes. And Denzel Washington was talking about his new movie, and he was just saying it's funny. You used to have talent to become famous. You used to have some type of skill set to become talent. Now all you have to do is do something stupid or embarrassing, and
And
now
you
you
get your
become this.
yeah,
You
then you
become
get
this
your name in
person.
the news. You get folks talking about you at 6 o'clock on the
Yeah.
Thursday evening.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if that's the price of fame. I don't think I would want it.
Wow. Folks, give us your thoughts. We live in multiple locations. I see folks from other channels joining, so appreciate that. Let's get to this question from Mel though, right? She says she's starting to question actual sports, the whole refing, the flopping, the betting pieces, right? People are getting paid for doing the wrong things. People are getting paid for doing the wrong things, and society is. I'm gonna add this little ad lib. Society is seeming to be accepted to that.
I mean, what do you mean by? I mean, what do you mean by flopping? And I mean, I'll say more. Explain what do you mean? By what are they in sports? What does she mean by them doing the wrong thing in the actual sport or fans or what's going on? If it's the actual sport, I don't know if they're doing a lot of the wrong things. I mean, I think they portray or they perpetuate some of the wrong thing and negative stereotypes or negativity sometimes. But as far as the game of playing in the game, I don't. I see it is. I mean, if I'm flopping, I take a charge against LeBron James and it calls a foul and makes us win the game. That's okay. I'll do the flop,
You'll
right,
take
to
that.
make the
Well,
game.
all right. So let
If
me let me be devil's advocate and just this just popped in my head. I'm a team. Near the end of the season. We may just actually mail it in so we can get the first pick next year.
That's always been done, though. Is that anything different that hasn't been done? That's always been that way. Tank the rest of the season, someone get the number one pick.
Yeah.
So you're talking about things, yeah, they may be wrong and you may not agree with them, but that's nothing new. That's not new. People been doing that for years. To tank their season so they can make sure to get a high draft pick, if not the number one draft pick. To hope, boost their fans and boost hopefully their play within their team. So I don't think we're paying sports people to do the wrong thing. I just think outside of sports and some of the sports, they do portray a negative image sometimes, which isn't favorable.
Yeah, no, I hear you with that. I hear you with that, and it's it's a weird catch-22, right? Because they're not hurting anybody, they're not killing anybody, kind of like you're saying it, but maybe it's just because
Put
we
it
a
this
little
way.
more seasoned, maybe
I
because
got
we
it
a
in a
little
better
older.
scenario. Put it this way. If your favorite team, and we'll just do the flop thing because that's what she said, or
Yeah,
that was quoted. If your favorite team is in the 7-game series and your player that lets you like does a flop, you don't think that's a flop. You be like, that's a charge. You argue that was a charge. But on the opposite team, if they did it, you'd be like, oh, that was a flop. I can't believe they did it and the ref didn't
I
call
mean,
it.
ref,
So
ref needs some new glasses. Yeah,
yeah. So it's part of the fan and like I said, I think you just gotta be careful the way we frame it. I don't think they're doing the wrong thing. I think they're doing things within the game, and
yeah,
sometimes it's a little extreme, sometimes it's not. I mean, Kelsey Plum is probably the prime example, right? As of lately, she's been in the news like for
yeah.
when she stuck her leg out and tripped the girl, and she wasn't remorseful about it at all. Everybody's but now everybody loves her because she just made a game winning shot last night.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Well, I don't like it
you
because
know,
she made that against Paige, so
yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm a Paige Beckers.
but I'm saying, but you know what I mean. So it
Mm,
depends on how you want to look at things and how you want to, take a look at it and how you want to talk about it. But I do believe they're not. I don't think they're doing anything too extreme within the sport, within their playing in the sport. I think athletes are pretty good right
yeah.
now.
And so I wonder, and I just want to keep going down this because we got some dialogue. Is it the athletes or is it us fans? Because kind of what Mel is saying, it's the whole betting aspect of it, right? I
Oh
mean,
well,
I
that's
because
a
I
whole
draw.
nother. That's a that's a conversation beyond because you're absolutely right. The morality of sports and sports play and sports betting has gone
Ooh,
to a
yeah.
whole nother scene. I mean, now that we can, and that's why Vegas and Reno and those places are in trouble because now that betting is on our phones. It's at our fingertips now. Fantasy betting
Mm,
is at our fingertips. Regular betting is at our fingertips. We got all these companies now that have built themselves off of just betting, sports betting, that are making billions and billions of dollars. So it takes a whole different aspect out of the game as the
mm-hmm.
people get involved in that. Um, that's a whole. We could have a whole show on that. To be honest with
Mm,
you, talking
we
about how
got
betting and how whether you think it's more, if it's immoral or not. Um, friendly betting, friendly wagering. People have always done it. We even do it on our show. We bet a soda
yeah,
about different things.
yeah. You owe
I
me
think,
6-pack by now too, just so you know.
okay,
Yeah,
if you say so.
yeah.
I want to check
Ginger
the receipts
ale.
though. I got to check the receipts on that one. But I just think, man, sports betting has taken our society by storm, and and I don't think it's in a good way because it's too accessible now.
Yeah.
Remember, you had to go to Vegas or go to Reno or go to one of these places to really put down a bet and do all those things. Now it's so accessible. My son's friends bet all the time. Or I got kids talking about they're playing fantasy tonight, the fantasy five betting, and they're doing sports duel or whatever those things doing those crazy bets to make money. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But I think it's creating a bad habit and a bad
Yeah, it's
mindset
too
for a lot of
accessible.
people.
I'm not sure how they can control it because, and you're right. And there's so many different bets,
Hmm.
right? On every different sport. Who's going to sing the national anthem? Is it going to be heads
Yep.
or tails? Is there going to
Yes.
be a B1 that flies? Right. And I've seen some of these different parlay bets. Forget
Hmm.
just the under and the over and the score. It's all those other around the game bets. And I don't know. I've never used it, but I see the commercials. Hey, you bet $100, we'll give you another $25, or right,
Yeah.
you lose
Yeah.
50, and we'll give you back 20. I mean, it's just becoming a weird, vicious cycle. So I'm glad I'm glad Mel was talking about it. Yeah, it's just getting worse. So, um, Man, that's no good. Why we talking about bad stuff, brother? Well,
I mean, I can't imagine, and I don't mean to. We can end it after this little spoiler I have. I don't understand. Like if you have a gambling problem, like how you can't escape it, man. If you have a phone, you can't escape it, literally. So that's pretty scary. I don't know, like if you have a substance abuse, you get to stay away from the substance, right? That can help you out. But who doesn't have a phone? Like everyone has a phone. So if you have a phone and you have access to money, I mean, I can see it be a serious problem, and I can see. The funny part. I can see. Remember when Vegas was all for it? Oh, we're doing all these things on the phone, MGM betting and all that stuff. Now it came back to bite them in the butt because all that money they invested in Vegas. It's not a ghost town, but it's definitely not as lively as it used to be.
right. I just spent 8 days there. It was not like it typically has been. Yeah, there was not as many folks. Even a lot of the Uber and Lyft drivers were saying, "Man, where everybody at?" But that's an interesting thing too, especially to have this conversation today when ESPN launches their new mobile app that not just has live streaming of all the sports and all of the shows, but built into the new app has ESPN Bet. So they're throwing it right at us. And I know it's conscious, right? Listen, Walt Disney Company Corporation knows what they're doing and they know how to make money. But right in the new app is the ability to bet on every sport and every aspect of it. I don't know. Man.
So you're trying to get a sports update, and now you got a ad coming through about bet on ESPN.
Yeah, right. Come on over to the Mandalay and put your 20 down on the fight or on the baseball game and see what it's like. My gosh, I don't know. So here's something crazy too, and we'll move on because like I said, I was just in Vegas, and this story hit the news this morning when I was getting ready to go to breakfast at my event. It didn't have all of this headline right here. It just said in a parking lot at a where was it? It was in a parking lot. Early morning fight. 2 men got into an altercation. 1 man got stabbed. The assailant got arrested, and the person who got stabbed went to the hospital. That was the end of this. That was all it was. Come to find out, about 5 hours later, the father of Jaylen Brown from the Celtics is the one who did the stabbing. Lord have mercy. First of all, what is Jaylen Brown's dad doing in the middle of Vegas parking lot, fighting over a parking lot? That's what the altercation was about. A parking spot.
They're fighting over a parking space?
They were fighting over a parking spot. 2 people got into an argument in a parking lot. Brown allegedly dinged the victim's car when he got out of his SUV, leading to the argument.
Oh, so he hit his car. He hit somebody's car, and that's what led to the argument.
Brown allegedly stabbed the victim multiple times after his back was turned. Lord have mercy. Listen. Come on.
I mean,
that's crazy talk, brother.
Based on that story right there, wow. Unjust, right? The guy had his back turned to him and he was walking away from him, or had his back to him. Why would you stab him? Because it doesn't seem like he was he wasn't being threatened at that point, right? Unless he was like, I'm going to go get something out of my car, get something out of my trunk. going to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't speculate on that whole scenario because me and you both know we've been in situations where it's the verbal thing coming and somebody says, oh, I'm getting to go get something, or they about to run to their car or do something, and you know it's about to really pop off.
Right.
I don't know what that deal was, and I don't know why it led to that. I mean, to be honest with you, if you ding the guy's car trying to block him from getting the spot and you're all arguing, it doesn't warrant me to have to stab you unless the guy was threatening in some manner. And to be honest, and this is the reason why I don't want to judge off this story, because judging by his son, Jaylen Brown, very smart individual.
Yeah.
I mean, his IQ was super high. So I'm sure he comes from a smart family, families that are smart, that are very thoughtful, that do things. So with that being said, I need to know the whole story before I pass judgment on his father. From what that says right now, he's wrong. I think he's wrong. But I'm saying I'm not going to believe what the news first airs out, because they always seem to leave stuff out that we don't know, and that the whole situation is completely different than what we think it is.
Yeah. All right. I will cut a little bit of slack, but not a whole lot of slack. First and foremost, the man, he's just a little bit older than me, 57 years old. Why are you walking around with a knife?
Protect himself.
Okay. I'm gonna say, why are you in them streets? But it's Vegas, so I was out in them streets. I was out in them streets too. But I've had folks. Okay, I'm trying to find some rationale in this. I've had folks knock into my car too. I didn't stab them, but I put some hands on them.
Okay. So
I'm trying to find some.
Wait. Let me rationalize. So you take away you putting hands on them and put a knife in your hand. What's the difference? I mean, the difference is the person got hurt really bad, but the bottom line is your reaction is the same way as his reaction was.
No, I didn't purposely try to end the person's life.
Okay,
right. I'm not saying I just tried to put some fear into him, and that did happen. And I don't know if Jen's listening right now, because she was actually there, so she remembers that night. But
okay, the reaction before the actual physical altercation is the same as his before his altercation. At some point you got mad during that car bump, and y'all arguing. That you attacked fist wise, he attacked with a knife, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something that's there. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. In that situation, were you wrong?
No, I don't think I was.
So what makes you think that he was wrong for defending himself by using the knife? A 57-year-old man. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, you playing devil's advocate, and I'm not liking the way this is going right now, because it's like an intervention that's happening. I don't think anybody was wrong. I don't think anyone was right. I'll put it that way. I don't think anyone was right. Nah, see, yeah, Marvin, that's what insurance is for. But again, in the middle of the night, after the club, one or two old fashions or whatever, someone hit my brand new convertible Ford Mustang, dinged my door. I was hot. Put hands on them. We got into an altercation. I had to get escorted away because the police were coming. But again, my mentality was to do some serious damage to the person. But I didn't, again, use anything like a rock or a gun or a knife or anything like that. They are similar. They are similar situations, and I don't think, again, anyone was in the right. But man, I will just say this: I was probably 22 years old as opposed to 57 years old.
Hold on, wait. No one's in the right and no one's in the wrong. First of all, you thought you was in the right when it happened.
Is that what I said? Look, brother.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I just got off the plane about 2 hours ago. Pray for me, brother. If I'm not
all up to the point, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? All up to the point. I mean, let's. I'm just gonna be like fair and I'm gonna I'll play devil's advocate on both sides. Jaylen Brown's dad. He's 57 years old. He's in Vegas. You park in your car. You don't know if that was a big old swole young guy he got into an altercation with, or somebody was acting crazy. You don't know what that situation was where he felt that he had to do that. So I'm not saying he's right, but I'm not saying he may not be all the way wrong either. You know what I mean? The outcome is wrong, obviously, but I'm saying he probably wasn't all the way wrong in the situation where if he felt threatened or felt the person was going to do something to him, or he felt really super intimidated by this person by their altercation. I'm pretty sure I'll take myself and I'll say I was the guy, he hit my car or I hit his car. And I got out and I'm going to be like, yo, what's going on, man? What the hell you doing? You need to blah, 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 blah. And me and him going back and forth and he's talking and we yelling at each other. You know, if I'm more physically imposing than him or I'm talking to him in a threatening manner, you know, what they always say, don't mess with old school, right? If you see somebody old school, you kind of like, all right, man, let me chill out because you don't know what he got. You know, old school might have a gun, knife. You don't know what they got, and they don't use it on play, right? They've always been taught if you pull it out, you better use it. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're right. But I tell you what, this is a old school debate, and it's not gonna end good for anyone. I'm actually also being told in my ear by some moderators that we need to move on because I don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get in trouble. We don't want, because every time we get into these sensitive conversations, your phone go out or your camera go out because
I'm good, man.
them three-letter acronyms start knocking on the window. But that's the situation. We'll see what happens that comes out of this particular story. Again, I think it was interesting. I was physically there this morning, saw the story, didn't think much of it until I found that it was related more to a sports family. So we gonna look out for that to see what happens both with the father and with the victim, who is recovering from surgery as of right now. So that's a good thing. So there we
Yeah.
go. There we go. Marvin, we see. But yeah, see, oh no, not the Stang. You put hands on him too. See, we need more details on the story. We will see what's jumping off. I don't know, man. The only other thing that I had was more of a not a lighthearted story, but more of a why story, and it's on the boxing side. I'm wondering what's going on with Mr. Davis and Mr. Paul. Why is
Money
can
grab. It's a money
why,
grab, man. For somebody.
why I'm wondering, I'll pull the screen up. Why are so many traditional fighters given Jake Paul the opportunity to get in the ring and, I'm gonna say, tarnish their reputation, tarnish their legacy? Tank Davis is a bona fide fighter, boxer, winner.
In his weight class. In his weight class.
Right? He's bona fide winner. But here we got Jake Paul, internet influencer, YouTuber. That's all he sells energy drinks. Put on a little weight. He's got some hand, but again, I just don't see how this is a good look for him.
For Tank or
For Tank
Jake
Davis.
Paul?
For Tank Davis. I think, look, it's all a marketing ploy for the Paul brothers.
I think is Tank financially, is just he's in some financially strapped, some financial trouble. I can't know because I can't speak to what he's going through.
Yeah.
But to me, boxing should step in and say, if you're going to start stepping in to do these types of things, then you can't be sanctioned by us, because this is obviously entertainment, right? It's an entertainment thing.
Well, that's what they did with the Tyson fight. That's what they did with the Tyson fight, right?
Yeah, and Tyson was about Tyson's beyond his top prime. He wasn't boxing professionally no more. No more. He wasn't sanctioned by the WBA or WBC or whatever the governing bodies were. Tank is still one of the top contenders, and I believe he is a champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So why is a champion of his weight class going to risk it all to go fight in a mockery? Let's, for what? If it's for money reasons, okay, I see it. But to me,
for the likes and for the money.
Yeah. That's the only reason it could be for. And the fact that Jake Paul is going to outweigh him by about 40 pounds. And let's not mistake it, Jake Paul can fight. He may not be the greatest fighter, but he can fight. So somebody that's 40 pounds, 30 to 40 pounds lighter than you, hitting his frame is not going to be, even if he hits hard, it's not the same. He's got 30, 40 pounds. And when you get hit by somebody that weighs 30 or 40 pounds, it weighs a lot different.
Yeah.
Tank has everything to lose and nothing to gain but money and likes. That's it. That is absolutely it. That has nothing. Because if he gets beat by Jake Paul, his whole career is over. Right?
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it for me. Again, this wouldn't be worth the check. This is just crazy talk to have this. And I put this screen up here for what? To show. So Jake Paul has a hit list, and he's got some folks on here that y'all all recognize, right? He's got Tank Davis on here. He's got Conor on here. He's got Tyson Fury on here. He's got Nate Diaz. Look, Nate Diaz from up here in Stockton area. Nate Diaz is a scrapper.
But the funny thing, he fights a lot of people past their prime. Like, and I get it. Don't get me wrong, Jake Paul. I mean, I get it. I do get it. I get it. You're getting your money. You've had some success against some people, but he doesn't take fights that it's going to be very risky for him. He either takes guys that he's way bigger than, or they're basically past their prime. He ain't fighting nobody that's in their prime. Who's the boy Canelo's about to fight? What's his name? I can't think of his name. Canelo's about to fight that big fight that's coming up. Canelo and I can't think of his name. Anyway,
hold on.
That dude is in his prime.
Terrence Crawford on September
He ain't fighting
13th.
Terrence Crawford. Yeah, he don't want no parts of Terrence Crawford. I bet you he ain't on that hit list because Terrence Crawford is still in his prime and is a valuable threat. And I mean, Paul's smart, man. I mean, he's smart as the way he's strategic like this, and he always does it. Once his influence starts going down, or he's not as popular, or his name is not in the limelight, he puts together some type of fight against somebody. And people buy in. I thought the Tyson thing was a mockery, man. I keep using that word, but I thought it was just stupid.
Yeah.
It wasn't even entertaining at all. It was dumb, and it was sad because we saw Mike that was way past his prime as far as boxing like that.
Right.
And we saw this guy take advantage of Mike, right? Not physically, but take advantage of the situation to profit off of it.
And we all tuned in. I don't know. Do we have to pay for that one? I'm not sure. But
no, it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube. I'm not YouTube, but it was on Netflix or whatever.
Netflix or something. Here's Devil's Advocate that's coming in as well, right? How is this different than companies not worrying about girls running on the field for likes? And to continue, maybe the audience doesn't care anymore about the integrity for the actual true athletes. Has society gotten to a point where we just want to see your word mockery? We just want to see the older fighter, washed up fighter against the YouTube
Whoever said
kid.
that, excellent.
MBH,
excellent. He framed it in a great way. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I can't argue. I can't argue at all. We might be in a situation where we're past that. She's at probably 1,000% right. No one wants to see the professional athlete, but the professional athlete, they want to see the entertainer versus the athlete, or the two entertainers go against each other. I 100% agree.
You paying
for it? We're past that point.
You paying for it?
No, not absolutely.
I know. I just asked. I just put that on. I just had
that's like me paying for a Kanye concert to raise money for Larry Hoover. Not happening. Wasn't happening.
We have kicked Kanye to the curb ever since that day. Ever since that. That's true.
You paid for it though.
What did I? Hold on. Oh no! See, there you go, putting out bad news. It was all in journalistic.
I think
it was for the journalistic aspect. Paid for it so I could watch it, so we could report on it. It was the journalistic.
Okay, there you go. So it was an investment. I got you.
There we go. It was an investment in the craft, so we could talk about it on the show. Man, Lord have mercy.
Okay. Okay.
What else is going on? Talk to us a little bit about how'd your game go? How'd the SDFNL? Yeah. How'd the Kickoff Classic go last week?
Me and my partner Ruben Pena, we put together another event called the Kickoff Classic. People don't know about it, so basically what we do, we put together this event where it's high school teams, football teams playing a preseason game, and the cost of admission is a canned good. It went really successful. We raised close to a ton worth of food, which is feed roughly close to 500 to 600 families. That's our goal every year. We do that. We'd like to raise more, and but this now it's hard times for everybody, man. So we were just blessed if people are out there to give and help people out and have some compassion and enjoy some high school football as the season kicks off.
You're a better man than it. See that? You're a good man. I was gonna say you're a better man than I am, but I would do the same thing, and I love the fact that you do that on a regular basis, and you get out there and you do it for the right reason. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's an annual thing, man. I got a really big passion for homelessness and then teen homelessness. Like teen homelessness, man, it's like that really hits my core. Me and my partner Ruben. So it's just sad, man. Like people don't realize it's like 1 out of every 9 high school kids are homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any way to give back because I don't have a lot of money. I'm not rich. So my way to give back is try to have a creative event to be able to help feed and give back to those of need. So
gotcha.
I hope the word spreads.
How do we get folks involved for next time? Because Shirley's asking, and I tell you what, just make sure I've got the top level URL and website, but let's make sure that next time we get some folks and we can just send a whole pallet of string beans or a whole pallet. we can make sure we take care of this for folks, man. So that's what's up.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. And I thank everybody that likes the idea. we're hoping to do more and do it bigger and better every year. But the bottom line is, man, I feel it's very important to give back to the community, some form or fashion. And this is just my creative way of doing it. Everyone else has their way. My creative way of being able to do it, and I hope to be able to continue to do this for years and years to come to help more and more people. Because man, we're just in trying times right now. So I really think it's important to give back.
I agree. And you know what? We should end on a positive note like that. Because one, again, want to get you out of the ride there before it get too dark. You might, I don't know what parking lot you're in.
Oh no, I'm good, man. I got to charge once we done talking, so we get.
I don't know.
Goes. You know how that goes. But you
do.
know what? I mean, before we go, man,
Yeah.
the WNBA, man. I don't know if people been watching it or been paying attention to it, but they got a really good playoff hunt going on, and they got some really competitive basketball going on in the WNBA.
Shout out to the Golden State Valkyries.
Yeah. Now,
right.
So we got that part, and then we got the part where Draymond Green is clowning he made a bad comment about Angel Reese because Angel Reese said they want the same kind of money that the men get.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as of right now, the market share doesn't provide them to get that kind of money, right? It doesn't equate just yet because the WNBA has been around for so long. They make a tremendously more money than the WNBA is right now. The NBA makes more than the WNBA. So I think Angel Reese is wrong for saying they deserve the same amount of money as men as of right to second. But they did offer them a pretty good package, I thought. From taking the minimum salary of $65,000 all the way to minimum salary, I believe, to 100,000 or was it 100 or 200,000? It was one of the two.
I think it was 200 because I think it's 200. It is 200.
200,000. Yeah. So I mean, that's 150% pay jump. And that the girls turned down, the WNB turned down as far as a collective bargaining said no. I don't know if that's a good move or bad move. I'm not quite sure what the paperwork they got, why they said no, why they don't want to say no, or why they didn't say yes to the deal. But I do believe they got to they got to resolve it. That's number one. Yes, do women deserve more money? Absolutely. Do they deserve as much money as the men? The market doesn't say that as of right now. I'm not saying it's not going to get there, but you can't pay them. If they're not bringing in $1 billion, you can't pay them the same salaries you pay people that make billions of dollars. You got to kind of ease it along. And I hope they get their just due, but I think they got to take they got to take baby steps right to get there, because this generation of WNBA is going to be the catalyst to get them to getting equality of men's pay and growing the viewership and growing the brand. I mean, to no other. So that was interesting. I mean, I read the article. I was kind of bugging, and I was like, man, they said no to that money. So if some players make $1 million, and some the minimum will be $200,000.
I think it was a strategic move, and hopefully it doesn't backfire. Because I agree with you 100%. I think last year, this year, and the year coming up, the year when Juju comes out, right? So these 3 years are the ones when they're making a ton of noise with the right players. When you got rookie Paige Beckers, who my favorite, 44 points in the game last night. Come on, right? I mean that's hot. When you got Caitlin Clark, who hasn't played in about 8 games, but still has season records for assists and even points in certain aspects, right? And the fact that she has the mentality to go still to every game because she knows folks are going to see her, and she spends time out there signing autographs. I mean, that matters. The dollars and cents from a salary perspective, I'm not sure, again, if they're going to get that immediately, but the revenue share piece, I think that's the strategic move that they're holding out for. The percentage of if I'm wearing a 22 Indiana Fever jersey, if I'm wearing a Sophie Cunningham, what is she, number 8, right? Ever since she knocked down old girl on the other squad?
Yeah.
Give me my NIL. Give me my percentage of the revenue share for the stuff that I'm selling, because I got people coming in the stands to see if Sophie Cunningham is going to knock somebody down. Hope she gets better. She tore her MCL, but I'm just thinking that's the strategic move that they did. Right.
That's a great. If that's the case, yes, but I hope it doesn't backfire. Right.
Yeah. Again, back to Vegas. It's like playing roulette. So, but we'll see.
And are they in a position okay, I said this, but are the owners willing and in a position to say we want to give you guys revenue share as of right now? Because right now we just got hot. We just got hot.
That's a good
We've been
point.
around for 15 years and we just got hot.
Yeah.
Am I in a position that I would want to give you revenue shares or willing to share revenue shares when we just got hot? So, I mean, you got to tread lightly when it comes to this because the deal, they can be like, all right, well, the deal we put off on the table, let's go back to the negotiating board, and it may not be as good as all because the league is so hot right now. I don't think they're gonna stop it, and everybody's not gonna quit. Even if
Yeah,
they go on
they're not
strike, I don't
walking
think
off. Yeah, they're not
walking off.
No.
Yeah,
They
they
too
know
hot.
they too hot to walk off.
Yeah.
But you can't put you. I hate to say it, but you can't put the owners in the corner right now. You can't because they're not willing to give everything up right now from day one. I just don't see that. And I mean, Angel Reese, I love her as a player. I think she's good when she's healthy. She's a double machine.
Hey, she helped them win tonight. Help them win tonight against New York. So there it is, right there.
Yeah, she's a double machine. I think she's right, but I think she's got to be careful. She's got to be careful what she says in the media. Right? Be careful what you say in the media. I know she's a social influencer too. Be careful what you say in the media because you don't want to give up all your cards as well either. You want everybody to know your business, what you guys are trying to do. And on the flip side, Draymond is wrong for what he said.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Until you can do a 360 dunk or a windmill or something like that, don't talk to us about. But I feel like saying Draymond, as much as I love you, you can't do a 360 dunk.
Yeah, don't listen to Draymond.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna talk about that's something to be able to discuss. I think he's wrong for commenting on her comment, and I hope she kind of just tell her words so she don't show play her trump card in front of the her audience or whatnot, her fans.
Ad dollars and PR is where everything starts, and that is where we are with the WNBA. Catalyst generation. Last year, this year, and the year coming up, it's going to get even more complicated. You think it's complicated now when you got Clark, Beckers, and Watkins in the league at the exact same time?
With the expansion teams coming. With the new expansion teams coming.
There's 2 more teams coming. So, that's right.
Yeah. So they got a lot bubbling, and they got the momentum. They got it. But I think just because you got momentum don't mean you're gonna get everything you want. You gotta you want to maximize what you can get. But I do believe if they're gonna start getting paid equal to men or really close to men, this is the generation that's gonna open that door for it to happen. Because when Watkins comes in another year and Caitlin's healthy and she can lead them to like a fine playoff or a championship run, it's gonna go bananas. They're gonna go. I mean, they're already selling out arenas. But it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, faster and faster. Then they come to the negotiation table again in 2 years and say, "All right, we held our end of the bargain. The game is big as it's going to be. Now we want to get paid."
We'll see. We got some receipts right here, just like you just said, breaking single season attendance records.
Absolutely.
I know you know more. I know more WNBA players' names and jerseys than I do on the NBA side.
I think, man, you got to look at the trickle effect. We know WNBA players, but guess what? We're looking forward to who's going to be coming up next out of the college ranks, right?
Yeah.
Now, I can't say I know more WNBA players than I know NBA players, but I doggone sure know more college girls basketball players than I know men.
Yes.
I don't even know when the tournament happens. I don't even know who's playing. I don't even know who's playing in the men's tournament hardly at all. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
You're like, whoever. Where's USC at? Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Juju at? Where she's going against UCLA? And they're I know who's the top dogs in the women. So I think the TV share for that is really going to shift, especially for NCAA, because the men's and women's tournament are almost just as popular as each other. If not, the women's is almost edging it a little bit to see who's more popular in viewership and who's following those teams. So that's going to be kind of, I'm wondering how that's going to work out with the schools and everything, and how that's going to work out with the revenue share, because that catapults into the WNBA, right? The draft, they're going to hype up and all those other good things. So the trickle effect is amazing, man. I think, and I hope the WNBA brings that to forth. Like, we're making all this stuff popular, so even below us is getting more popular to be able to feed into our program, to feed into what we're doing.
Love it. I love it. I love having this conversation instead of a conversation about some of that other madness that we typically, unfortunately, talk about. There were a whole bunch of other stories that we could have talked about too. Some other domestic violence stuff. People getting arrested, But I like having these conversations about possibilities for athletes, real athletes, because we were just talking a minute ago, real athletes that are out there doing the thing, and they should be getting their money for not just name, image, and likeness, but for effort. So this is a dope story. This is dope. We're gonna keep watching. This is what we do, and we're gonna report on it again. Arch Manning. We'll talk about him next week. We'll see. We'll see what happens with him.
See how you do.
I want to talk about Arch. I do want to get about Arch Manning, but we'll talk about him next week. He's been on my mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take us home, brother. Take us home.
Yes, absolutely. Please, everybody out there, man, one, say your prayers and check on your loved ones, for real. I mean, not only going through hard times, we're going through extreme heat wave on the West Coast a little bit. Yeah. So make sure you check on your elderly siblings and all your friends and family. And again, like we always say, please get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations, because that's how we learn.
Montel Allen, y'all. We out.
Montel and James, bringing the heat, team no sleep, with champions meet, we're on the mic, taking over the game, no time for rest, us ran it for fame. Talking sports, breaking it down from the court to the field, all around town, we stay up all night, grinding on the mic, bringing news, real stories on the fly. Montel's got the stats, James got the flow, together we're two and ready to blow, from NBA to NFL and the MLB, we got all the updates, yeah, we're